Salem. I'm so happy for you and your adorable family. P.S. Your hair in your most recent Botox looks gorgeous.
Really?
Kramer. I would like to remain anonymous if possible because I know that my little sister watches your videos and I don't want her to know that I'm going through this right now. So to start off, my siblings and I have different fathers and the same mother. I had never met my father until very recently. I'm 21 and I was raised off and on by my mother and stepfather and sometimes my grandparents. My stepfather and I have never been close. Okay, here. Take the boots. Bye, Ruthie gal. Salem didn't even get to give her advice.
Get out of my room.
My stepfather and I have never been close. He didn't treat me badly when he and my mother were together. They're separated now, but we would hardly speak to one another. Even now, I haven't seen or spoken to him since I graduated 3 years ago, so he wasn't much of a dad to me. When I was young and in high school, I sought out a lot of relationships with older men and ended up being taken advantage of or manipulated by these guys. Now that I am in therapy, I realize my feelings for them were probably projections of my daddy issues. Additionally, I have a deep and strong distrust for pretty much all men, and I struggle in almost all my romantic relationships, even though I am dating men my own age. These things keep me from having healthy relationships and have caused almost all of them to fail. Right now, I'm trying to heal and grow from these issues. And I have even started to establish a relationship with my biological father these past few months. Well, good for you, boo. Good for you. I thought that meeting him might help me get over these issues, but even though he seems like a nice guy, it hasn't. I still find that I seek out unfulfilling relationships with men much older than I am. Right now, I'm talking to a guy in his 40s, and even though he seems like a good guy and he's nice to me, I know that it isn't appropriate at all or something that I should be doing, but it just feels like almost I can't help it. Also, even when I do meet guys my own age, I'm so afraid of getting my hopes up and being disappointed that sometimes keeps me from putting myself out there, and me automatically assuming they're lying turns them off from me completely. I'm not sure what I should do at this point for my issues with men because I've tried therapy, I've tried meeting my father, and of course, I've tried talking to God about it. It seems like nothing is working, and even though I'm still young, it feels like I might be alone forever. Hopefully you have some advice for me. Thank you so much in advance. I was just thinking, I'm like, girl, you in therapy. You done met your daddy. You're trying to build a relationship with your daddy. What the fuck do you need me for? But I totally get it. I think a big part, this is shooters. I think a big part of your situation is that you are thinking these things happen overnight, and they don't. I mean, you met your father recently. You're building a relationship with him, but everything takes time, and relationships are always going to be there. You don't have to be in one right now. You're young. I think you said you're 21. You have so much time to find the perfect person for you, and if it ends up being an older guy, it doesn't really matter. By the time you're ready to actually get married, if that's what you want, and settle down and do all those things, you'll be further into your 20s. Right now, you're still very early. You just turned 21, and I think that continuing therapy, I feel like you're on the right track, and maybe that's all you need to hear because you're in therapy, so that's step one. Step two, you've met your dad. You don't have necessarily, you haven't mentioned that you are grudgeful towards him for not necessarily being there, and I think you really have to work on yourself, which you started the process of, before you can jump into a relationship with anybody. I don't think you should be talking to anybody right now because you don't know who you are as a person, and you're not going to know who you are until you're finished working on yourself, until you finish going to therapy, until you're in a happy and healthy place up here and in here. I think you should probably bring your father to your therapy sessions, at least one or two of them, so that you and your father, as you are building your relationship, can break down any barriers that might keep you guys from even, developing a proper healthy relationship. It's good that he's open to it with you and that you're open with him, and I really just feel like you're on the right path, but you need to not worry about being in a relationship right now and just worry about working on yourself. You really cannot be in a relationship with somebody until you are good with yourself, and you're not good right now. So I think that's all the advice I really have for you. But you doing good, girl. So recently, my boyfriend of 2 years has been acting very strange. So here's the backstory. Basically, me and my boyfriend work at the same call center. Ooh, child. Honey. Don't be working with these Don't be getting boyfriends at your place of employment. Don't do it. And there's recently been this girl, we'll call her Linda, who my boyfriend has taken an interest in. One time we were chilling and he said that if we weren't together, he would date her. Who the hell says that to their girlfriend? Girl, no, I don't even want to finish reading this. I really don't. We had been talking about people that we were cool with at our job. She's a nice girl to me, but she has an annoying personality. I noticed that her and my BF would talk at work sometimes, but I didn't think anything of it at first. I have been seeing a therapist for some time and working on myself, and she even says my feelings are validated for the tea I'm about to spill to you. So a few days ago, me and my man, she said mans, and I'm so irritated. There's no such thing as my mans. Are you a from New York? Your man. Okay, not plural. Not mans, not my mans, my man. You and your man were chilling, not you and your mans. Unless you have more than one. And that would be men. Girl, if you don't get your damn grammar together in this shit. I'm sorry, like this baby is really having my lips like mad chapped and it's driving me nuts. So a few days ago, me and my man were chilling. And then he brings up that he messaged Linda about an event that was happening at our job that weekend. He said he not only messaged her, that he also messaged her thanking her for complimenting me the other day. When I heard this, I was like, what? First off, that's weird. And second, why are you messaging her at all? I mean, at least he told you. Immediately, I thought of the conversation from the kitchen and it made me sick to my stomach. I completely shut down and I drove off and he blew up my phone, wanted to talk. I said to him that I was her and I asked him 5 times, was that the only time he messaged her? And he said yes. Fast forward to today. Last night I hacked into his Instagram just to see the messages because weirdly enough he didn't want me to see them when I asked. Come to find out, him and this bitch have been messaging each other back and forth for a minute. I asked him once last time, how many times did you message her? He said 2. Then I said, I know you lied. He said, yeah. Pinocchio nose emoji. This is the first time he had lied to me and my heart broke, Bo. I put the receipts in the attachment because I'm petty AF. Because I'm petty and fuck that hoe. Anyways, he swears they are just friends, but I personally think that the messages were flirtatious. What do you think? And when I said him being friends with her makes me uncomfortable and it's either her or me, oh girl, he started crying and said that he doesn't like the idea of me taking him away from his friendships. Mind you, he's only known this girl for 2 weeks. 2 weeks! And she's 18, he's 23. Girl, he want that young put-it-tat, okay? So what the F could you guys have in common? And she's leaving for college in a week, so why the hell does it matter if you stop talking to her? Thoughts? Girl, why you only send me 1 screenshot? I mean, she doesn't... Girls are sneaky. Okay, so these messages, they're very innocent, but that could all be a ploy, okay? That could all be a part of the plan because, like, the time that he messaged the girl and said thanks for complimenting her today, I mean, he sent that message at 1:25. What was his intention, bitch? He sent that message at 1:25 a.m. What was his intent? He messaging bitches at 1:25 a.m. to say thank you for complimenting my girlfriend. Girl, you need to be, And then she messaged him back at 9:28 and said, I'm sorry to hear that she's been kind of down, but I think she's totally gorgeous and a wonderful woman. I really look up to her, so I'm really glad that it made her day a little better. Girls are sneaky. Girls will act like they like you, like they love you, like they're your best friend, like they look up to you, and then they'll impose on that territory, just prance and snatch your man up with their talents, bitch. I with the shits. I really not. But the fact that he's lied is a red flag. Because obviously he wants whatever friendship he has with 18-year-old Susie, whatever the hell her name is, he wants it to go, or he sees it going further. The fact that he lied to you and said he hadn't been messaging her but damn 2 times, and you go in his Instagram and you see that they have a whole damn thread, that is a red flag. And if I'm in a relationship with you, I don't give a fuck what we talking about. You could lie to me and tell me you saw a mother effing llama on the highway. I'm going to be mad. And I'm going to have a problem with your lie. I am. Because why are you lying to me about a llama on a highway? If I asked you, if I gave you an opportunity to tell me the truth and you lied to me, bitch, we done. We're not doing this. We're not. We're really just not going to do it. Because why are you lying to me? Does my face look skinny? I feel like it looks a little slim. Looks a little slim, Jim. Anyway, this is the last one I'm going to do for today. Let's hope it's a good one. Hey, Bo, please keep me anonymous. I have the most perfect boyfriend ever. He's sweet, loyal, and everything I've never had. The only problem is he's a mama's boy. Let's say a prayer, honey. Let's say a prayer. Which wouldn't be a problem, I guess, if they weren't so close, and I mean close. She tells him when she has sex and all about her relationship problems. That's the problem with these mama's boys. A lot of times the guys that are mama's boys were raised where, especially if the mom was a single mom, they were raised as the mom's damn boyfriend. Okay? Not okay. And he does the same, which pisses me off because I feel as though our life is none of her business. She literally told us that her boyfriend said she took his soul, which was weird to me. Who the hell tells their son that, okay, she's a soul snatcher, girl? And not only that, but he pays all of the utility bills and goes broke paying for her and his brother's food, which means that when it's date night, I pay, which sometimes I don't mind. But when it's consistent that he goes broke behind his mom and brothers and I have to pay for our dates and food, it gets annoying. So does he live there? Or does he have his own place and on top of that he paying her stuff? This is too much. Too much, honey. Because if it's date night, guess who wants steak and potatoes? And if you telling me I gotta pay for my own steak and potatoes, I mean, what? Nope, not doing it. Who raised these people? Who? And I've kind of resented her because of it. I feel like as her kid, he shouldn't be paying all of the utility bills, buying groceries, toiletries, and buying food. He can't even buy a pair of shoes or put gas in his car if he wanted to. He should be saving his money to start his life. Oh, and by the way, her boyfriend pays half of the bills that she pays, so it's not like she's broke. So should I stay silent or say something to him about it? I just wanted to know what she's going to do when he moves in with me one day. Oh Lord. And I know it's his mom and he's being a good son, of course. He'll probably get upset if I mention it, but any guidance? Thank you. Just to mention, she does like me. she ain't gonna like you for much longer, honey. You say something to her son. He was annoyed with her one day and I told him to say something to her and he said to me, why would I disrespect her if you wouldn't want me to disrespect you? After I called him a bitch-made asshole and kept my mouth shut. We've been together for 2 years now. Oh, Jesus. This is a good one. And let me tell you why. Boundaries need to be set. And set in stone. The philosopher's stone, bitch. They need to be set in stone. And this is why. Because a lot of times, mothers with sons will get used to that treatment. If her man is paying half of the damn bills, she's a working woman, there's literally no reason for her to be depending on her child to pay the utilities. And I can already tell this is a black household, honey. And so I can already tell this is a black household. You didn't have to tell me too much information for me to know. But these mothers have to stop treating their sons this way. Because he has it in his mind that if he speaks up and says how he truly feels, it's being disrespectful. When really, open dialogue is healthy, no matter who it's with, especially if it's with your parents. He should not be covering the amount of things he's covering in the household, especially if he ain't the homeowner, okay? That's the true tea. And so I personally would say something because you ain't about to keep ruining my date night because your light bill needs to be paid. You know? He can still help her. That's not the issue. Helping her is not the issue. The issue is how often he helps her, and the fact that he's basically running to a drought every damn month because his mom is making him do these things. He's clearly frustrated and doesn't know how to deal with this, so he has to say something eventually. If you guys have been dating for 2 years, that's a long time to be putting up with this stuff. You know, he could be a mama's boy, but there has to be a boundary set, and it has to be to a certain extent. He can't be a mama's boy forever till eternity. You know what I mean? He has to eventually grow up and be a man. He has to eventually take care of his own responsibilities and his own woman. And when you do move out, or when he does move out and he does live with you, if that's what you guys choose to do, but you might not want to, he's gonna have to be responsible and not pay for her stuff while he's trying to pay his half of your bills, because that's what this is. That's what this is gonna turn to, and he's not gonna be able to foot the bill at your place because he already paid his mom's and he ain't gonna have no money, and then you're gonna feel like you're dating a bum. It ain't acceptable. Unacceptable! I love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one. I want to give longer advice, but my camera keeps doing weird shit, so I gotta go, and I'm hungry. I gotta go. I love you all. Bye.